Coffee of the Matinee. We're doing one on Godzilla. No, we're not. No, we're not. Nope. I quit. I'm done.
Please don't quit. You have the mic in your house.
After that, I'm real done. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I'm going to be the new sound guy for the next Godzilla.
No.
Gonna pick up a voice acting gig.
I was even less prepared for that than for your last shenanigan.
I try to keep it fresh. Mix it up. Keep all 40 people wanting. You know, on edge.
Don't say keep it fresh, please. I definitely quit now. Anyway, take 2. It's Coffee at the Matinee with Casey and Dave.
Solid minute in.
I know.
What's up? It's Dave.
That was a bad minute.
Anyway, we're talking about the new Godzilla movie that came out.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Rawr.
Yeah, it was good.
Was it?
I enjoyed it.
Was it good, or was it Casey good?
So I previously described it as being not a good movie, but a great Godzilla movie.
Explain what you mean by that.
It should be pretty evident. It's a bad movie in its own self because it's fuck all for pacing, and the story and the dialogue are so bad for a movie, but for a Godzilla movie, it's pretty great because it uses that corny dialogue, the bad plot, and the bad pacing to all of its advantages.
Okay.
Ugh. So before we get into the synopsis, let me tell you about my movie experience for this, because this was a treat.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
Was there a baby or a small child?
There were children, yeah. No babies.
Okay. All right.
No babies.
We're still kind of on that trend, but not as hard as usual.
Yeah. So, my movie was at 12:30. I get to the theater by about noon.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to get there early. So I get there at noon, and there's normally that lull period in between showings.
Yeah.
So there's either like nothing playing, so there's just like music.
Yeah,
music, I guess is the term, music, like elevator music. I get in, and I get to the theater at about noon, and the movie's maybe about 45 minutes in. Like, oh shit. Did I get the timing wrong? Am I at the wrong theater? I checked my ticket. No. Everything's fine. The theater's just fucking up. Because AMC's had that track record for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Because I told you about what happened at Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something like that. I get there. My friend Matt shows up because I was waiting for him. He gets there at about 20 after 12. And it's still playing the movie. Mind you, while employees have been in and out cleaning.
And nothing.
Nothing. They've not said a word to the 10 or 12 people standing in front of the theater waiting to go in. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. 12:35 rolls around. The movie's still playing in its current run. So finally somebody comes over and says, well, if you guys want, you can go to the ticket booth and get your tickets refunded, and we'll just put you in for the next 3D showing.
Okay.
My friend Matt and I look at each other and like, fine. That's totally fine. So we go over to the ticket booth. We're waiting in line. So 5 minutes in line. And then the little blonde girl taking tickets comes out and says, hey guys, the movie's starting. And we look at each other. It's like, what roller coaster are we on today? And we just decide, fuck it. Let's just go into the theater and see what's happening with that. Go into the theater, and it's fine. It's cut to trailers. And then the movie plays just fine. Which was I was okay with, because I can't imagine the trailers were any good, because the one that we got... No, we got 2. Because we got Men in Black, which we were just bored at. And then the new Fast and Furious spinoff, which we were in tears over. Because neither of us knew how ridiculous it was.
I heard about it. I'm intrigued.
Like, it cuts to a scene where The Rock is just talking about how his family were like famous smugglers and gun runners, and they have a whole arsenal ready to fight Idris Elba.
Yeah.
So they get to The Rock's family house, and they just have traditional I don't know if he's supposed to be Maori or Samoan in the movie.
It's probably Samoan.
Maybe I don't remember which. So, but they just have like traditional weapons, like spears and clubs and shit. And then they fight Idris Elba's superhuman army, like legitimate superhumans. They have to be Maori because they're doing hakas.
Oh, okay.
Because they're doing the war dance, they have the tongue out, and then they just have spears and clubs and spiky oars and shit.
Holy shit.
So we're in tears at that. Then the Men in Black trailer happens, and we just watch that stone face because it's nothing unique or special. And then Godzilla happens. And then that's a whole other treat. Mm-hmm.
Holy... What?
Mm-hmm.
I still can't get over the Fast and Furious thing.
Yeah. Like...
That's insane.
Like, The Rock's whole, like, crew in grass skirts and the face paint doing haka war dances, sticking their tongues out, and fighting with spears. Against people with machine guns and super... No.
No cars.
There's tons... Of course, there's tons of cars. But it looks like the main climax of the film will be in a junkyard with that nonsense. Huh. Which I don't hate it, but as much as I hate The Rock and Jason Statham... But, yeah, that alone was entertaining. And that was before the movie even started.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to kick off the movie.
Yeah. And then the movie didn't disappoint.
All right, well, let's jump into the movie then. You want to give a quick, like, synopsis, breakdown of it?
Yeah. So... There's a scientist who's developed a little MacGuffin machine to communicate with monsters.
Okay.
Ecological terrorist led by Charles Dance, who there wasn't enough of in this movie. Steal it because they're trying to wake up Monster Zero, aka King Ghidorah, to trigger global apocalypse because it's revealed that the ambient radiation that the monsters give off help trigger the Earth to regenerate and renew itself. So they want to kill everybody off, let the Titans free, and give Earth this chance to heal itself. Mm-hmm. But then the bigger monster conflict is that Godzilla gets dethroned, King Ghidorah takes over because he's another alpha or whatever they want to call him.
Yeah.
And then they find out, oh, King Ghidorah is a legit space alien. Which, if you know Godzilla, you know that already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fun. And that's it. And then cue 2.5 hours of just monster fighting bullshit and the thinnest of human drama. The most boilerplate human drama you could think of.
Which is good. Because people go for the monsters.
Oh yeah. Which is fine. But yeah, it was, like I said, it's a bad movie, but it's a great Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
Which is not to say I did not enjoy myself. I enjoyed every minute of it. Even the cringiest of the dialogue. Oh, it got bad.
I would imagine they probably paid the writers pennies for this film.
Not even.
They gave him like a piece of licorice and were like, "Hey, thanks for the effort."
They gave him Godzilla toys. That's it.
The free merch,
yeah,
the clay models that they use to make the CGI.
That's fine because if you've seen some of them, they're gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Like they would be.
We're talking first gen though.
They'd be
like
marvelous centerpieces.
Ones.
That's fine. Marvelous centerpieces. So the score was also great, done by Bear McCreary, who's done scores for God of War, Outlander. I think he's also doing the score for the new Chucky movie, for whatever that's worth.
I think it's worth something, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a name.
But the score is outstanding because it uses a lot of the original Godzilla March.
Really?
Yeah. So that's impressive.
It's always nice when they allude to previous pieces of work and they kind of tie that in there somehow.
So it's funny you mentioned previous works. The director, Michael Dougherty, or Dougherty, I'm never sure of how to...
Doughdter?
Dougherty. He directed Krampus,
Ooh.
which is
Okay.
an excellent film in its own right.
Yeah.
He threw in so many little Easter eggs and nuggets in this new Godzilla movie that I wanted to see it again because I'm sure there's shit I missed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Not even just like visual ones, but audio ones because they changed King Ghidorah's like cry,
Yeah.
but if you listen close in some parts, you hear his original cry from like the 70s movies. Yeah, so nice little tidbits like that, and I was really impressed with just the attention to detail.
It's very much like a love letter to the originals.
Oh my God.
And it's just like, hey,
Yeah,
we acknowledge how awesome those
because
were.
it's not like the 2014 one where it tried to be its own movie.
Yeah.
This felt like I've seen the other movies, and I want to make sure anybody else seeing this has also seen the other movies.
And it kind of rewards that kind of...
It's huge fan service.
In a good way. It's not like beating you over the head. It's still telling its own story, kind of. It's introducing these mythological beings, in a way, to a new generation.
Yeah. Well, even within the scope of that universe, they're mythological gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did a heavy job pushing the next one, Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you've seen Kong Skull Island, they're pushing that into the next movie.
Are we going to be getting a giant monster cinematic universe?
That's what this is, yeah.
That should be awesome.
Because it's never been done before, haha. Well, no, because the original Godzilla movies were their own cinematic universes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were like one of the originals.
Yeah.
Original cinematic universe.
There's because there's two of them. Because there's the Showa era, which is, the 60s and 70s, and then you have the Heisei, which is the 80s, not into the 90s. Oh, and then you have, because it's looser, but like the Millennium era, they called it. That's kind of its own little universe. Not really, because it jumped around a lot.
Yeah.
But there are at least 3 within that, which are sequels to each other.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, I've written papers on this shit.
So, what did you think of the CGI and animation, I guess, of the
good.
Monsters? Like, were they believable in the space?
No, because, for the most part, yeah. There was a lot of attention to detail that I liked. Because Ghidorah's 3 heads each had their own personality. Because they're each played by a different actor.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So I like that little bit. It looked great for the most part, but a lot of movies with heavy CG tend to try to do this thing where there's a great big CG shot. Like, for instance, there's a scene where Godzilla's rising out of the ocean, and then it zooms in, like it's trying to do like a documentary style thing.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, too. Yeah, it's kind of... It's cheesy. It's like you're...
It's not
I think
cheesy. It's just, it feels out of place. Like, we know this is fake.
I guess they're just trying to be something that they're not.
I guess.
And they're...
Because I think Man of Steel did it.
Oh, yeah. It almost definitely did.
The Star Wars prequels probably did it. I've seen it before. I've ignored it for the most part, but in this, they did it. Maybe too much. That's maybe my only real complaint besides the dumb story and the bad dialogue. There's one. You saw the 2014 one?
Yeah.
So, what was his name? Ken Watanabe. He shows up again in this. Like, he's the real stoic Japanese scientist. Yeah, he shows up again in this. Then he has a conversation with another character. Because Ken Watanabe's character has a pocket watch.
Yeah, I remember
that his father had when Hiroshima was hit. So Watanabe's looking at the... This hurts just even thinking about it. He's looking at the pocket watch. The other character comes in and says, "Oh, what time is it?" He closes the watch and says, "It's time to get a new watch." Oh my god.
That is some beautiful dialogue right there. Yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
My friend Matt and I had kind of the same reaction. We just kind of blinked and, sorry, what? Somebody paid for that? Somebody was paid to write that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably the director's daughter.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, time to get a new watch.
Time to get a new watch.
Fucking hell.
The watch that he was given by his father from Hiroshima.
Yeah. But it's not even that. It's just like the undercutting the seriousness of the scene with a first grade joke.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of the tone of the humor for the movie. Which it worked. It was dumb and it's goofy, and unfortunately it worked for the movie as a whole.
A lot of build up and then a lot of pulling a rug out from underneath you. A little bit of lines.
Only underneath the rug is not a floor, but the fucking Sarlacc pit. We're going to be digested for 10,000 years just thinking about that joke.
Where that joke is slowly digesting inside of you for 10,000 years.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
And it's just festering.
I mean, there were other bad jokes, but that one's just the most notable.
And, like, everything about, like, even you just describing it to me, like, the item itself didn't deserve to be undercut like that.
No, it didn't. And, like, Ken Watanabe's a great actor. He's so underused or misused, usually. Because he was also in Detective Pikachu. But,
yeah, he was
the police chief with the snubble. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a great role, though. I mean, that's
fine.
if I was offered any role in that movie, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Same thing with Godzilla. I'd take it.
Yeah,
it's iconic.
It's an iconic.
If you could say, it doesn't matter how crappy the Godzilla movie is, you could be like, I was in a Godzilla movie. You don't have to say which one. I was in a Godzilla movie. Right there. I'd be like, oh, that's really neat. What'd you think of it? You know, how I was working on it. And then they'll tell their story, you know.
But like I said, this wasn't a bad Godzilla movie.
Well,
this isn't the one from '98 that nobody talks about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The American Godzilla from 1998 with Matthew Broderick. Are you? No, you're fucking with me.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't. It wasn't until about 3 years. All right, hold on. Let me just let everyone know the level of film watching.
It's not even having seen it. It's just knowing it.
I never heard of it. Like I didn't watch Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, or any of that. Like, you know, the big fantasy level stuff until about 3 years ago.
When they let you out of the fucking bunker?
No, when Abby had it. Abby had them, and then she showed them to me. I'm just like, oh, all right, so this is what this is all about.
Right, because you lived under a rock inside of a bunker.
Yeah, basically.
Jesus Christ.
I made my own stories up, and my parents never liked fantasy or sci-fi.
All right.
But anyway.
That was weird.
I've never seen a Godzilla movie until the 2014 one.
Well, that's fair, because there's big gap periods in the movie history.
Yeah, it's kind of like revamping it.
Lots of reboots, yeah.
Yeah.
Reboots, and nobody knew what to do with the franchise after a little while.
And sometimes you need to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
From that, which is hopefully going to happen to Marvel at some point, but it won't.
No. Oh, God, no.
But it won't. They won't take a deep breath.
No, because they're intercutting it with the theme park.
Oh, right. Yeah. In California.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Anyway. Godzilla. Where do you think that this film will go in the Godzilla cinematic universe? Spoilers, if anything.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, do you think there's it's going to continue?
Oh yeah, because the next one's Kong versus Godzilla.
So that's where you think it's going to be. And
it's not thinking. It's just that is exactly where it's going.
It's already been announced.
It's already been filmed.
Oh shit! All right.
It's already been filmed. It's in post production, I think.
Does David do research before this?
No.
Should David do research before this?
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Should get better.
Yeah, it's. I don't know who's directing it though. I don't think it's the guy that did Skull Island or Dougherty.
Who did Skull Island?
Jordan Vogue Roberts, something like that.
I know Christopher Jackson filmed the one with Jack Black in it or something like that.
Peter Jackson?
Peter Jackson, that dude.
Wow.
I believe it is Peter Jackson.
No, it is Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck Christopher Jackson is.
I don't know either. I don't even know. I didn't even know Matthew Broderick was in a Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
The guy who ran over a woman in Europe and killed her and was never charged.
And he's married to a horse.
Yep.
Should we go back to Godzilla?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, because they're still doing an extended universe. Because they've set up, there's other monsters on Earth.
Okay.
And like, the climax of the movie is all of them bowing to Godzilla.
Interesting.
And there's like 10 or 12 of them.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which I would have liked to have seen more of them, because you only get to see like 2 of them in full body.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I wanted to see more.
That they build up all this hype. Oh, this is a big monster movie.
Well, they did, because you get 4 of the big monsters from the franchise, which is what everybody wanted to see. So you get Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah along with Godzilla. The fact that there's like 10 or 12 other monsters is kind of ancillary, but I would have liked to have seen at least artwork of that, because I have the art book.
Oh, no, you don't have it in the art book?
No.
So they didn't even like come to fruition of their full bodies?
I'm sure they did. They're not going to digitize them if they don't have complete designs.
That's lame.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
At least create some 2D animation of it. It's cheap.
Make it a cartoon.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like Rugrats.
A little bit different than Rugrats, sure. Fun fact, I've never seen Rugrats.
It's okay.
I've never seen most Nickelodeon shows. I too grew up in a bunker.
Doug, you would enjoy Doug.
I know Doug. I don't think I would enjoy Doug. I think you're wrong.
Okay.
That's your opinion. It's just a wrong opinion.
Alright, stand by it. I will stand by it in blind faith.
You do that, Dave.
I do it a lot.
Anyway, Godzilla.
What's the Casey rating?
Guess like a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Even considering it's a bad movie, but considering spectacle and level of enjoyment and the score, I can't get over how good the score was. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Yeah.
Hey. Only 3 fingers are down.
Yeah, that's true.
7 fingers.
We can't count.
Wait, hold on. 7. Yeah, that's
Dave's doing math on his fingers. Everybody watch out.
We're cool. They can't watch out. They can only listen out.
Mm.
Anyway, follow, like, subscribe, share this with your friends.
Share alike.
Frenemies and enemies and...
Write it on a bathroom wall.
Struggle graffiti. All over the place. Not really, don't do that.
But do it.
Or don't.
But do it.
Or don't.
Please. I said please.
But don't. It's up to your discretion, but we advise you don't graffiti. It's not a great idea.
I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say not to do it.
Follow us on our social media down in the description.
This is going to need some cutting.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fuck it. Alright.
I highly recommend cutting this.
Nah, I'm not going to cut it. Alright. See you later, guys. Thanks for listening.